What is going on, everybody? What is happening? Oh, what did I just do? Get back. There we go. All right. So, welcome to TeamBoydTV Game Time. I'll be your boy, Big Q.
And I'm Vernie B.
And this is NFL Week 16. So, we got one more Tuesday night regular season show to do.
And that's it.
And we're done. We run into the playoffs. And then we got the playoffs. So technically, we still got another month of football, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be okay. Right. It's going to be all right.
Till it's not.
Right. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed this weekend's festivities, though.
All right.
I did.
I
had
came up a winner.
Well, not only because of that, but because, we were teasing around on live last week, and we do the winners, losers, and locks, right?
Right.
And one of my locks was that Johnny Manziel's debut was gonna be booty, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I predicted that he would throw 3 interceptions and had 2 fumbles.
Okay.
He didn't fumble the ball, but he threw a gang of interceptions. Though.
Yeah.
His debut was pretty bad. We'll discuss that in a little bit. What else happened? Oh, we saw a good game, NFC East. I didn't really see much of it, but the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's like a back and forth type thing. That was great. A lot of cool stuff, man. That AFC the AFC North struggle is still real.
It's still very real. That's a tight race.
It is still very real.
I hate this time of year where it's like if this happens and that happens.
Oh yeah.
Then this is the outcome. But if this happens and this, I hate it.
Yeah.
I just despise it.
Right. It's pretty bad. We got our first tweet of the evening. And who is it? It is somebody that's new, right? It's somebody new. Is it somebody new?
Somebody new?
I think it's no, it's Raph. Oh no, it's not Raph. It's Raven Shogun. Top of the show to you guys. Hey, that's your boy JB.
What's up, JB?
JB doing it. I know JB feeling good. His boys are back in the thick of things. I had a new, improved, up-to-date playoff picture to look at, but of course, like last week, I forgot it and that kind of thing. So we won't be able to take a look at that, but you'll be able to pull it up on there, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be great. And then I'm trying to think what else is happening. Oh, we had a brawl. We had a brawl in Tennessee.
I'm saying we had a brawl.
We had a brawl in Tennessee, right?
Somebody looked at Gino the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right? It exploded out there. We'll chop that up a little bit too. But how did we do?
All right.
Because I heard we had some good news.
You are 2 games behind.
2 games, people.
131 and 85, and I'm 133 and 83.
Yes.
You had a really good week with 14.
Look at that, 14 and 2. I'm trying to tell you. I told Glass I was back.
14
Told Glass I was back. Well, the games are getting a little bit easier to predict.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the games are getting a little bit easier to predict. So that's awesome. So we got 2 games. We got this weekend. We got next week.
Yep.
So I got to do some damage this week.
Right.
And then I can just finish you off next week.
Right.
We can finish you off next week.
No, that's not cool.
I think it's going to be great, right? Oh, yeah, so I want to give a shout out to the guys who checked out our TeamBoydTV Game Time live special presentation podcast.
Oh, then you
Yes.
got to know. Kind of.
Yes, that was great. I mean, the response on that was pretty good. It was pretty decent. Yes, we need to do that a little bit more often. I think that was cool.
It was funny. I have to tell y'all this, that we had no camera or anything.
Right.
We were messing up so much. Like I was more nervous with my voice recorded versus how we do it.
It is crazy because we've been doing this for 4 years with the camera, live, unscripted.
Right.
When we had that podcast with no cameras and it was just a microphone sitting right there, it was crazy. Oh my God. But it was fun though.
Yeah, we had a good time. Right?
Yeah, it was great. So some interesting stuff came out. Was it today or was it yesterday? Adrian Peterson and Director of Football, NFL Football Operations, Troy Vincent's phone call. We're going to dive into that. We're going to talk about it. Mr. Pick Six himself, Jay Cutler. I know you're going to have a little something to say about that.
It's on with Jay Cutler.
Yeah, right. And then we'll look at this playoff picture for the last time as far as like prognosticating it, because by the time we get to next week's show, everything should be set in stone, right?
Well, pretty much. There'll probably be still some outlying factors at that point.
Right. So I think that's it. And then, of course, we'll give you our picks, that kind of thing. So until when we come back, we'll get right into these stories and stuff. You gotta stay tuned. TeamBoydTV Turbo is sponsored by Domain.com. In today's connected world, it's kind of hard to be heard or to get noticed. That's why an online presence is so vital. If you have a brand to promote, relying on social media just doesn't cut it these days. Although social media is a powerful way to build a following, there is nothing like having your own hosted website. That's where domain.com comes in. Domain.com offers the very best in web hosting services, and with plans starting at just under $4, it's super affordable as well. And now, because you guys are awesome TeamBoydTV Turbo subscribers, you can get yourself a sweet combo deal if you go to TeamBoydTV.com and click the Domain.com button. Once you click the button, you get redirected to the Domain.com promo page, where once you sign up and use the promo code DOMFREE, that's DOMFREE, you can get yourself a free domain name. That's a free website that you can use to build your audience. And Domain.com web hosting is packed with bonus features too. Check this out. All web hosting plans come with $100 Google AdWords bonus, $50 Yahoo/Bing search marketing credit, $50 in Facebook advertising, a free YellowPages.com listing, and get this, a free toll-free phone number if you live in the U.S. And if you're like me and you know nothing about website design, Domain.com even has the awesomely easy drag-and-drop site builder to get you up and running right away. So what are you waiting for? There's no excuse not to get your online presence rolling right now. Remember, go to TeamBoydTV.com, click the Domain.com button, and use the promo code DOMFREE to get your free domain to use for your website today. Alrighty, and welcome back to TeamBoydTV GameTime. And so check this out. Did you pull the playoff picture? Let's take a look at that real quick. We'll take a look at that now, and we'll talk about Asian pictures and stuff first. Okay, because it was a little bit of movement, right? On the NFC side, we saw Green Bay and Detroit flip-flop, right? Because last week wasn't the Green Bay the 6th seed, and Detroit was the, what was that? No. That's a 2 seed? Yeah, so Green Bay was a 2 seed, and Detroit was the 6 seed, and they flip-flop. We see the Cowboys have replaced the Philadelphia Eagles. We see the New Orleans Saints have replaced the Atlanta Falcons, right? And go to the AFC side real quick. On the AFC side of things, the 1 and 2 seeds are still the same. The Baltimore Ravens and, was it the Kansas City Chiefs flip-flop?
Yes.
And then everything else is the same. Was the Steelers there last week? I can't remember. I don't think the Steelers were there last week either. You know, but some teams have been eliminated. Some more teams got rounded up by Glass's pre-playoff dump truck. We saw the San Francisco 49ers get eliminated.
Yeah.
Kind of early, right?
Yeah, it was good though. Right. You know.
Yeah.
They can go.
They got issues.
Yeah.
They got issues,
they
man.
They
got issues.
Down.
But you know, and no, you know, a lot of times I like to poke fun at the San Francisco 49ers. But this week, I mean, I'm watching the game, man. They lost Frank Gore. They lost Carlos Hyde. And trust me when I tell you, I know what it's like when your team ain't got no running backs, man. And they go down like that. It was rough. And then, you know, they had to come out and empty backfield sets. And every time I saw them come out like that with nobody behind Colin Kaepernick, I was like, oh, my God.
But
something bad getting ready to happen.
But that call that they made for roughing the passer, that was the worst call in NFL history.
I think that didn't one of the
worst call.
Didn't one of the refs come out and admit that and say that the call was bad?
I think that kind of affected the momentum of that game, because at that time it was like what 7 to. It wasn't
right. It was still manageable. Right. It was still manageable.
And then I just think it went down.
Right. Yeah. So and then nobody saw this. Like Green Bay walked into. I don't know what was going on with Green Bay, but I'm telling you, they got shocked.
They got shocked,
right? Who they playing against? That was the
Bills.
The Buffalo Bills, and that defense came along.
But that defense is serious.
What's serious business? What's serious business?
Shut Aaron Rodgers down.
My God, that was amazing to watch. You know what? I was sitting there stunned and amazed too, because I was like, "What in the world is going on?
Right.
What is happening here?"
Green Bay shut down.
So now the Detroit Lions, who I absolutely gave no shot to at the beginning of the season. I gave them no shot. I thought maybe they would finish like 6-10.
Oh, I didn't.
I thought they would finish like 6-10.
Yeah.
So look, they in the catbird seat. They riding high. They looking good. Right. Yeah. So NFC South, that little thing is still every week is something different. Carolina Panthers, my Carolina Panthers, we regained the NFC #1 spot for almost like 14 hours. It was good while it lasted, but now you know what? Now we got this week and next week. New Orleans, Carolina, Atlanta. Nobody can slip up because every team is still pretty much alive except for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was officially eliminated. I'm trying to think of who else was officially eliminated. St. Louis. Or are they still in it? No, St. Louis was eliminated. So a lot of teams have been getting the boot, but some still hanging around. Philadelphia is still hanging around.
Philly Panthers and the Falcons are the teams in the hunt.
Right. Yeah.
And then the AFC side is the Chiefs, Chargers, Bills, and Texans.
Right. So in the Chargers, man, I ain't gonna talk about it right now. But you know, I thought the Chargers would do a little bit more damage. But look, they got 2 weeks to fix it. Right? I think they only won game.
You talking about the Chargers
I have. I've been talking about the Chargers. I want to see something happen, right? I want to see something. So on Monday night, was it Monday night? Yeah, it was Monday night. What Monday night? The Chicago Bears, right?
Yeah.
So before we get into that, you realize that Jay Cutler made $18 million this season.
You realize Jay Cutler is the highest paid offensive player
in the entire NFL. Jay Cutler got so much money weighing him down that when he go to throw the ball just kind of goes that way. You know what I'm saying?
They need to fire everybody.
Somebody, I don't know who making the move. I don't know who doing it.
They need to fire the general manager. Yeah. So we saw a general manager that let go of the coach that had his team at 10-6.
Yes.
Versus
whatever this mess is they got going on right now. Right.
Product is dead.
Right.
I heard Herm Edwards say this morning. Who's shopping for the groceries?
Right.
They put this meal out on the field.
Right.
Who's shopping for these groceries?
You know what? Well, you know, look, they had the situation with Brandon Marshall, right?
That's not the problem.
I'm just saying.
They're garbage.
They're pretty bad.
Cutler is not a leader.
No.
Which we knew from the beginning.
Nope.
Which is fine.
Nope.
But then someone else has to step up.
You know what? From way back in the Denver days, you know, I noticed that Jay Cutler always been about Jay Cutler. Like
whoever signed him to that deal was a fool. Now,
maybe that's why
this is a valid point. Who are they gonna get if they let him go? But this is just my thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather play with someone with a lot more passion, heart, and pay them a lot less money than to play this inept dude. And I'm giving him 18.
So here's the other side of that question, though. Who are you gonna get to pick up that money? Because either you stuck with him, or you gonna have to cut your losses and cut them and eat that.
Nope. That is their rock.
Yeah.
That's their anchor. They are tied to that thing, and they're on like a sink shit.
It's terrible. It is awful. But I'm telling you, as bad as that was, and that was bad. Mm-hmm. Did you see the rookie debut of Mr. Johnny Money Manziel? Did you see this?
Oh my God. He had to change his last name from football.
Oh my God. I never laughed so hard in my life watching a football game.
Is when the running back was on one side
and he was handing the ball. Yes.
That just sums up the day.
I said this on live so many times and the boys were laughing at me. You know, look, I said Brandon Hoyer had a couple bad games.
Right.
He had a couple bad games, and you know the interception count was kind of getting a little crazy. But come on, this man been grinding it out in the AFC North, playing with the big boys, right? He been in there and he was holding his own, right? He had a couple bad games. They were still in the thick of things. They gonna make a switch with this playoff situation on the line. I said it was a bad move. This dude ain't had but like 17 total snaps all season. Ain't really got a lot of first team reps. He's young. He's a rookie. You know, he was playing in college last year.
Yeah, but the only thing that I think is bad is the way people want to frame it.
Right.
Like, you know, when Hoyer was doing bad, he needed to play bad. Hoyer's blah, 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 blah. Now when Johnny Manziel's doing bad, I'm like, well, his team isn't helping him.
Right.
The offensive line had him getting hit.
Man.
And the defense isn't. That's the same crap that was playing in when Hoyer
I don't buy it one bit, and I'm going to tell you why. Hoyer had to line up all them weeks in a row with the number one wide receiver on the team suspended, right? Interchangeable running back situation going on, you know, and really all he had was like, what was the dude's name who came from Dallas who's playing with them now? Austin and them.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't really have much to work with.
Right.
They were getting it done.
Right.
They stayed above 500.
Right.
You know, and now the team is like 100% right now.
Right.
And you bring in Johnny Manziel with 100% offense and all that kind of stuff, and this is what it gives you. This is what Cleveland got to worry about for the next 3 years, man. This is that. Look, I was watching a video on Google Plus about this dude named Boss Dog. Shout out to Boss Dog. He dude put a bag over his head and he went in. Cause he's a Cleveland Browns fan. About the same thing I have been saying all year. Like, why would you even? Now, look. Granted, Johnny Manziel may be a good quarterback sooner or later. I think in the future, I think, for a guy like him with his skill set, if they put him with a veteran quarterback for 2-3 years, I think he might come out like Aaron Rodgers. I can see that in him.
It's again, like I said, I'm tired of the NFL taking these rookies and wanting them to play.
Right. Yeah.
For a rookie to come in and play year one is an anomaly. It's this one dude that came along that has a spark of talent that's ready. These other guys are not ready. So you got to take the bumps and bruises that come with a rookie quarterback.
Absolutely.
But we take our older quarterbacks and we throw them out like they're trash instead of allowing them to play and groom these other guys. That's what's happening with the NFL. It's all these young dudes that have no history or nothing from the past. It's all this now, and you do that and you still don't get nothing.
Nope.
It's a once in a chance. Okay, so Russell Wilson,
he was an anomaly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, he was an anomaly.
He has a defense that helps him and a good running game. He was in a perfect storm.
He was. Andrew Luck, he was an anomaly. And granted, it's weird because people say no, Andrew Luck is not an anomaly because the Indianapolis Colts were 2-14 or 1-15, whatever they finished with when they picked him right number one. And then the very next year they win the playoffs, right?
Right. Yes.
So the team couldn't have been that bad. That's what people say.
The team was that bad.
Yeah, because they didn't win but 1 or 2 games.
That's right. The team was that bad.
So, I think Andrew Luck, just like, Russell Wilson, was an anomaly. Right. It happens every once in a while. Cam Newton came into the league and had a fantastic rookie season, but look what they put him with.
Right.
So they didn't win, but how many games did they win that year? 6 games?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
you still have to have other people on the field to throw the ball to and to be successful, and you need an offensive line. You cannot keep your quarterback upright. If he's scared and nervous every time he drops back, you are going to get nervous and scared to play. Absolutely. It's just a fact.
Now, I don't know what Cleveland's going to do going into this weekend's festivities. I don't know if they're going with Hoyer. I don't know if they're going with Manziel. Mike Pett, I'm glad I'm not you.
At this point, they have to go with Manziel because they're out of the playoffs.
Right.
So you might as well see what he has.
Look, they still got a chance.
They don't. They're done.
Are they done?
Yeah, they're not even in the hunt.
Oh, I thought they still had a chance.
No, they're finished.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, let's keep it moving then. You know what I mean? Well, you might as well go ahead and give Manziel some reps then. You might as well go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
Might as well go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
Let's see. Was that my phone or was that yours? Oh, that was mine. Okay, cool. So who was it? It was Raven Shogun. The music is a wee bit too loud, just a wee bit. Okay, bruh. Alright, let's see if we can rectify that just a little bit. Is that better, Mr. Raven Shogun? Is that better for you?
Keep him on point, y'all.
Yeah, I can't hear it. So the NFL and the image of the NFL and NFL Shield is still being completely drugged through the mud and tarnished. I don't know if it went today. Was it yesterday or today? Yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. Tape comes out. Good Morning America got the tape, right?
Right.
Tape playing Troy Vincent was the director of football operations. He on the phone telling Adrian Peterson that, yeah, dude, it's just gonna be 2 games and you're gonna be straight. It's gonna be good. Yep. You're gonna be okay. This, that, and the third. Now, first of all, let's go back. Because first of all, Roger Goodell is already in hot water, right?
Yeah.
Already in hot water. He already done been put on blast for being a liar and a coward, right? And now he got his little cronies. Who is Troy Vincent first and foremost? Can he go and tell people whether or not they can be suspended or not?
Well, see, this is my thing. If Troy Vincent doesn't have the authority,
well, from what I understand, we talked about this on the podcast. Remember, the person with the sole ability to be able to dictate player discipline is the commissioner.
It says or his designees.
Ah, okay, that's right. Or his designees. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So if I'm Adrian Peterson and I receive a call from Troy Vincent, that's their camp, right?
Yes.
Then I don't have to ask him, are you speaking for the commissioner?
Right.
I'm thinking that
it's coming from the NFL office, right?
This is why you're calling me.
Man, this is not good for the NFL. This is not good for the NFL office because look, if
Troy Vincent's gonna take the hit on this stuff.
Oh, you know they because they already saying that they denying everything.
Right, he's gonna take the hit on it.
Right,
he might as well get that little brown box and stop packing his office.
Which
up.
I don't understand how they can sit up in court and deny an audio tape.
Well, I don't know how you can sit in court and deny an audio tape and then it goes through.
I don't know.
Because I'm the judge, I hear it.
Right.
So.
Well, because they're saying Troy Vincent is denying that he promised Adrian Peterson anything.
Yeah, but if I hear you say it,
I know.
And this is the fact. Troy called Adrian.
Right.
Adrian didn't call him.
Right. Yeah.
So what's the problem?
He claimed that he was wanting Adrian Peterson to understand that he was not going to be, his hearing wasn't going to be based on the new rules and regulations of the NFL personal conduct policy, that they were going to try him under the old. So he was saying things to kind of get him to go and agree to the due process. Because if you remember, just a couple of days before that, Adrian Peterson came out talking about he was thinking about retiring and walking away from the NFL because he was just tired of all this nonsense.
Adrian got too many kids and he needs the money, so don't even go there, Adrian. You need to shut that down right now.
So this dude, even though they got his voice on tape, which is this is crazy to me because they got the basketball guy earlier this season on tape saying some crazy stuff, and he ended up losing his whole entire franchise, right? They got this dude on tape saying some crazy stuff, and I mean, now they sit up there denying it like it never happened. I don't know.
I mean, but that's the NFL's mode right now.
Yeah, it is.
And to me, we keep this thing where it's supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be equitable.
Yeah.
But then you have it come down where one person gets to make a decision.
Yeah.
It can't be fair if one person, because if I rule on something, then what's the appeal process? And then it comes back to me.
Right.
Well, I already told you no.
Right.
So what's even the appeal for?
The reason why I think that the NFL and the NFLPA and all these people need to get together at the end of the season, and I've been defending Roger Goodell. I have, even though there's some crazy stuff going on.
Time to go, baby.
I've been defending him, but after this situation right here, and after what happened with Ray Rice and seeing Ray Rice walk off, and the thing is funny because Ray Rice told the absolute truth. He told them everything.
Right, and so, now you cost this man the ability to make money and to do his career.
And he did the right thing.
And he did what you asked.
He did
because Roger Goodell used to always say, "Do not come in my office and lie."
That's right.
That was his whole beat.
Yeah.
He didn't want people coming in his office and lying to you. Mm-hmm. This dude comes in and tells the truth, and he still gets shafted.
Yeah. Well, after the fact, because it seemed like it was the same type situation. Now that we hit his audio tape, and in those two games that came out for Ray Rice, now I'm thinking there must have been something like that going on. Like, oh, well, yeah, I saw the tape. I understand. I heard your story. Look, that's what we're going to do. And then the tape comes out.
The reason why they honestly didn't punish him was because his wife was there with him.
Right.
And she's the one who really suffers the most from the situation. Yeah. And when she was calm and cool about it, they were calm and cool about it instead of looking at the bigger picture. But however, back to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
This is a disgrace.
This is a disgrace. This is so bad.
The NFL is shady.
Yes, they are.
And it's time for Roger to step down. He shouldn't even have no one fire him. He needs to step down and be like, listen.
Well, who's gonna fire him? First of all,
the owners need to fire him.
The owners are not gonna fire him.
They need to fire. Well, that's who can fire him.
Right, and so because he's done so much on that end of the NFL umbrella on that side with the whole this whole CBA that we had a couple years ago. This was this dude's crowning achievement. This was the most awesome thing this dude ever accomplished in his life.
But listen, this is my thing for the players. That they have to stop thinking the next time you get an opportunity to bargain an agreement, stop thinking about money.
Yes.
Because rights is more than just money.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, that CBA got Roger Goodell sitting in a spot where these owners, they love him.
The cat
they love him because of that. Because what he did
they
was
think he's reigning in all these wild, loose folks.
Right, and what he's doing really did he's put all his money in their pockets. All this money is going their way, and they done shafted all the players, and the players ain't getting, and they can't say nothing about it.
Right, because they bargained that.
Right, and they signed off on it. They signed off on it. So listen, I can't see him getting fired. Now stepping down, that would be the moral, the right thing to do for Roger Goodell. But do you see him doing that when they paying him?
No.
I think I heard
because he has not yet admitted any wrongdoing.
I heard they said it was it $40 million a year or something like that?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I know it's too much.
Right, you know what I mean? And but so he ain't gonna step down. That money is too good. You know what I'm saying? His job is too awesome for just to step down. I can't see that happen. Did we cover everything?
I think we covered everything.
We covered everything? Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the social media break. When we come back, we're going to pick our games for the week. I like having these conversations because you get all riled up. Like you good. Yeah, we'll pick these games and see if we can either tie this thing up for this week, and then I can go ahead and just finish you off next week, the final week of the regular season.
And this is where you lose it.
Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see. We will see. We'll be right back. Get social with TeamBoydTV. Like our Facebook page and join us every Sunday during the regular season for the TeamBoydTV Facebook halftime show. You can also follow us on Twitter at TeamBoydTV and at Vernie B73. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at TeamBoydTV Turbo for all of our live shows, podcasts, among other things. Be sure to check out our Google Plus page for real-time status update and overall community discussion. TeamBoydTV is also on Instagram, Spreaker, and iTunes. Once again, thank you for watching TeamBoydTV. And welcome back to your favorite Tuesday night football show. So you still talking about Roger Goodell? And we back, we live? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yo, she was, during the break, she was looking up, because I said that Roger Goodell was making $40 million a year. And she looked up his salary, and it was $44.2 million. I told you he was making cake. I told you, right?
$44.2 million.
But we know we supposed to be getting ready to do our picks while you want by that man's cash flow. Right? You know what I mean? So
you mean to be a tyrant?
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
And here I am a tyrant to you for free.
I know. You could be getting $44 million. You know what I'm saying? You could be getting $44 million, right? Okay, let's get this thing started, right? All right. Our Thursday night.
Which no one is going to watch.
Yeah, this thing is terrible, right?
I mean, I don't even know who to pick here.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this thing?
It's Tennessee and it's Jacksonville. It says, yeah, it sucks when it happens. Makes it hard to Vernie and him. Oh, Justin said something like that. Okay. I don't know what he meant. But, yeah, so you got Tennessee and you got Jacksonville. Jacksonville is at home. 2-12. 2-12. Both teams, 2-12.
I mean,
this is a battle for the number one draft pick of the season.
Oh, so you might want to lose.
No. Yeah, you might say, I don't know. Whoever loses this game is the number one draft pick, right? Ooh. And I can see Jacksonville. I don't understand how Jacksonville been so bad for so long when they done had a top 5 pick for the last 5 years. You feel?
Because if no one needed room them.
I'm just saying, man.
And everybody break out.
And then that one guy that drafted 2 years ago, he gone already.
Yeah,
right, you know.
I'm going Jags.
I'll go with the Jags only because they're at home. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. All right, we got another divisional matchup. This is the Philadelphia Eagles, who just suffered a real crushing defeat for them against their arch rivals, the Dallas Cowboys. They are traveling up to the nation's capital to take on Washington, right? Who have been having some struggles. I already heard the news. The RG3, he's good to go for next week, you know. So I think after watching the Eagles get demoralized the way they did last week, they're gonna roll up in Washington and walk the dog on these boys, right? So I like Philadelphia in this game.
I got you.
Alrighty, so that's a Saturday game. Yeah, I forgot about that. We got another one too. This one is the Saturday night game. The one was an afternoon game. This is the night game. This is the San Diego Chargers, who I think are still in the hunt.
They're in the hunt
against the eliminated 49ers, who are 7-7.
Right.
Do the 49ers play spoiler here in their stadium at home?
They play spoiler.
They play spoiler here. I think they play spoiler here too. And it's sad because, the Chargers don't get eliminated by these guys who ain't got nothing to play for.
Right.
And it's sad. But I got the 49ers winning this game at home. And that's good for the fans, but they were pretty bad. They were feeling real rough after last week. All right, so we got the Minnesota Vikings going up to see the Miami Dolphins, who got trounced by New England.
They got a firm
41-13. Shout out to D1 Chosen. That's my dude, right? I'm saying shout out to D1 Chosen. Oh, and shout out to Cubone Football too, because Cubone liked the video, and that's awesome, right? We like that. Yes, we definitely like that. But yeah, so we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to, and
I'm going Dolphins.
But the Vikings are eliminated, right?
Yeah, they.
And the Dolphins are eliminated, right?
Yep.
So neither one of these teams got nothing to play for.
Nope.
7-7 versus 6-8. I'm going Miami just because they're at home, and they got beat really, really badly last week. All right. So we go JB's Ravens traveling out to Houston, right? And I think Houston still got a shot at the South, right?
Houston got a shot instead of the Ravens. The Ravens are going to win this. Fitzgerald's leg is broken.
That's right.
The Ravens got this.
Yeah. Okay, unless they get J.J. Watt to play quarterback. He did everything else. You know what I'm saying? I like the Ravens on the road in this game, too. I know that the Texans are probably rallying right now. This is just wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
I think the Ravens will go in there and just go ahead and do what they need to do because they thinking about something else. I understand. They understand that,
But who they have as quarterback?
I don't know who they got at quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
that right there is a problem.
Yeah, right. I don't know. So far I think we're picking the same games, right?
So far.
All right. So how about this one here? Divisional matchup between
you know where I'm going.
the number one Detroit Lions versus Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears at home. I think the Lions go ahead and win this thing, man, because I think they can clinch if Green Bay loses this week, right?
They can.
So I think that's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about going ahead and securing a first round bye against the Chicago Bears right here. I like the Detroit Lions on the road, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now we got my game, right? We got Johnny Manziel coming up in here to Charlotte. Panthers on a 2-game winning streak. Cam was in the wreck a couple weeks ago. We had DA playing last week. He played okay. I think he played okay. I think he played better in the first time he played. But Panthers found a way to get it done. I ain't saying this was going to be an easy win, right? I'm pretty sure that what we saw from Johnny Manziel last week was just the jitters, the butterflies. Maybe he'll play better this week. Maybe.
I'm not counting on that.
No.
When you handing the ball to the wrong side,
right.
That to me tells me you don't know the playbook.
Well, absolutely. That's what you've been doing all season.
You don't know the playbook. You in Vegas at the pool
right.
parties now. Now
Snickers commercials and whatnot. You know what
now all that stuff comes back to.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I'm going with Carolina because I think my boys. I think we need some help.
I'm not confident in Carolina either, but I'm more confident in Carolina than that play I saw from Johnny.
Right. We need a little bit of help to secure our spot, but I think we may get it. We're going to get to that here in a minute. I'm going with Carolina in this game, just on the strength, right? Okay, so let me get that before we go to the next one. It is the Ravens have avenged everybody that's visited their old teams. Kubiak will get his too. Texans can't beat us with Chase Keenum. Remember him from last season?
No, they don't got Chase Keenum.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So, there you go, right?
They're going down.
I
had the Ravens anyway.
Oh, yeah. All right, now we got a divisional matchup, and this is where I say the help is going to come from. This is where the help comes from right here. The help comes from Atlanta. Now, if you recall, the first meeting between these two teams, I think Atlanta got the dub. I think they did. Yes, they did. Can they pull out the sweep here? I don't know.
The Saints are going to be at home?
Saints at home. Now, look, I don't want to hear that Mercedes-Benz Superdome crap because they lost.
Falcons because the Saints have been terrible
they
home.
They lost like 4 games in a row in that dome, right?
And truth be told, they only beat the Bears because the Bears are horrible defense.
Absolutely.
That's the only reason why.
I mean, look, I don't like the Falcons' defense, but they can score points, and they can
you need the Falcons to beat the Saints so that you can jump ahead of the Falcons.
That's what I'm saying. I'm picking the Falcons regardless, right? Because I'm
picking the Falcons because the Saints are garbage.
I think the Falcons can get it done. I think they can get it done.
That Saints defense is terrible.
I need the Falcons to go ahead and whip up on the Saints. So next week when they bring their little punk tails to Charlotte, we can finish them up. Yeah, no, we're going down there. That's right. Okay, cool. All right. So I like. That's right. Because they beat us pretty badly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. I like the Atlanta Falcons in that game. All right, we move on to this one, which is an absolute no contest.
Right.
Especially after what happened last week. Especially after what Green Bay walked into against them.
There's no way.
Against the Buffalo Bills, right?
That the Bucs have a chance.
What is the point total? The point high? What's the point high this season? Is it 55?
I think it's 55.
I think it's 55, right?
Might be higher than that. What was that Thursday night game? The very first one between
Atlanta and
the Bucs.
And the Bucs.
It was.
I think it was 55. I think that's a 55 game.
Okay.
I think that Green Bay Packers topped that. Now I don't know if we've ever seen a football game in the recent memory that went over 55 points, but I got a feeling it's gonna happen here. I got a feeling it's gonna happen here. And if they're not playing in the snow, they're going down to Florida to play. Unless, of course, it may not get out of hand because they like to pull the starters and stuff. And it is like we had to you don't want to hurt nobody this late in the season. So maybe not. I would love to see it, though.
I would love to see it.
Right, I would love to see it, though.
I got no beef with it.
So I like Green Bay in this game on the road. Okay. We got the Kansas City Chiefs who are still on the bubble or they're in the wild card. They're in the hunt. The Steelers are in the wild card. They're in the wild card, right? So they barely hanging on. And I know JB paying close attention to this because he want the Chiefs to go into Hinesville and do the business, right?
Right.
I think they can.
I don't think they will.
I think they can. I mean, look, the Steelers been pretty good lately, right? They've been pretty good lately. But I got Kansas City. I like what Kansas City did last week. I thought they played a pretty complete game.
It's the Raiders.
I know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. It was the Raiders. Because I remember saying because the plays that they were doing, there was some big explosive plays they were doing, and they ran the score pretty quick. I'm just saying, Steelers defense is still old.
Okay. I'm going Steelers.
I like Kansas City on the road.
Okay.
I like Kansas City.
One different.
All right. Cool. Yeah, that's all I really take. I lose too. All right. So we got an AFC East showdown between the New England Patriots who put up 41 on Miami last week.
Right.
Now they got the Jets coming there who ain't won 3 games this season.
Right. They're not going to win this one.
I don't think they're going to win this one either. Because I know the Patriots, they don't take it easy on nobody. They don't care if you got a 3-11 record, a 3-13 or whatever it may be. They're going to get beat bad.
Very bad.
Right? They're going to get beat real bad. I like the New England Patriots in this game too. Okay. All right, here we go. New York Giants, who have been getting hot late, but a little too late. They got hot a little too late.
Right, they're done.
But they've been getting hot against a team, which I'm sad to see these guys got eliminated. Right.
The Rams. Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's gonna be a tough one. You know, normally I like what New York has been doing lately. I like what St. Louis been doing too.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know this game is really. Right. You know, I got the Giants, of course.
But, I think I'm gonna go with St. Louis on this one because they're at home.
And they have an extra time off because the last game they played was Thursday.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's almost like they had a bye.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be fully rested.
I like. I think it's gonna be a good game though, because I mean, you know,
it should be. They got a good defense.
Yeah, you know, and against that good wide receiver core that New York got, man. Mm-hmm. You know, Eli getting back. He getting back. So I'm just saying. We'll talk about it in the offseason, but what Eli gonna do, how they gonna come back strong. We gotta see what they're gonna do in the draft and so on and so forth. But
they pick good draft.
I think they're gonna come back strong. But then they got the coach situation. Well, we getting ahead of ourselves. But anyway,
okay.
So then we got what's this? This is the Buffalo Bills. Ooh, go back. We got the Buffalo Bills versus the Oakland Raiders. I'm going with the road team. I like Buffalo in this game. I mean, you know, they showed me that they were for real last week when they put up that thing again. Even though I don't think they are playing for much, right? But just pride and respect, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, but you know, they deserve it.
And you know, Kyle Orton is pretty much auditioning.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes. You know, I believe though that, especially seeing his performance this season, if they don't go ahead and sign this man. Even if they sign him just to groom the new guy, you know,
the new guy is this EJ Manuel.
Yeah, he suck. He need to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He got injured. He
was there one season. They realized that he wasn't playing to what they thought his potential was.
But he was getting hurt, and then he's, you know.
Here we go again. A rookie quarterback wanting them to be Peyton Manning.
Yeah. That furthers my whole point. They need to keep Orton there to help Manuel along.
You don't really have a lot of options.
Right, you know. But I like Buffalo in this game, though.
Sanchez will be free.
Yeah, he can stand Philadelphia. Right. You know what I mean?
I think RG3 will be free, too.
Okay. Yeah, he will. I think so. But RG3 going to be somebody's backup. Anyway, because he won't be playing for Jay Gruden. I know that for a fact.
They can't stand him.
Andrew Luck and Indianapolis Colts are going to Big D.
I'm taking the Colts.
The Cowboys on fire right now. They going back home.
DeMarco Murray
yes, forgot about that.
And the Cowboys are terrible at home this season.
But it's just a hand though.
But when you got the ball and you holding it, right?
Yeah.
So it's his left hand. So you're holding it with your right. Someone's coming to you. What you gonna do like this, right?
Yeah. That's gonna be rough. But I heard they still gonna try to play him.
He said he's gonna try to play him.
Oh, that's kind of bad. All right, then
I
think I'm gonna go Indy on this one too, which is good for Philly fans because
that will put them back.
Yes, it would, right? We'll put them back in there, right? Okay. So we got all right. So we got this one here, which I think this one is our.
This is for all the tea in China.
It is. This one's for just about everything, right?
Yeah.
10-4, 11-3. So like Arizona got one game. If they slip here, they pull even with Seattle. And it's just those two teams right now because the other two have been eliminated, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to slug it out to the very, very end. And this is their last meeting of the season, right? Arizona's playing at home. Seattle packs their D. They take it with them. They travel with that D now.
The only thing that's that quarterback situation in Cardinals.
Yeah. It's rough. You know,
we down to Langley.
Yeah, I know. And that's the scary part. You know, and it's sad because I think Bruce Arians has done a wonderful job. I mean, a wonderful job with this squad, right? And to see it end like this.
I know.
You know, it's crazy.
But I'm going Cardinals anyway.
I'm going with the good guys too, only because Seahawks are a little tricky on the road. They're a little tricky on the road. You know, I think they've been a little better on the road. Are they perfect on the road? No, that's Dallas. Yeah, but they've been better on the road this year than they have at home, right?
What I'm thinking about with the Cardinals is that defense.
Yeah. Well, we got Tyrann Matthew. Did they say he was coming back? Yeah, so he's coming back, right? You got Peterson, who been struggling lately, but he's still out there doing it.
Against Julio Jones.
Right.
Yeah, then he got it right.
Yeah, he did. Okay. I don't know. I got faith in Arizona. I think they get
I got to root Arizona.
I think
that was my pick for the Super Bowl. So.
I think Arizona. I pick Arizona on the strength of the coaching.
Right.
You know, because we've seen, and JB was talking about this on the show last week.
And they know how big this game is.
Right, and JB made a point, and he was saying like what they do, what Arians does is they got a next man up attitude, and they do it to the fullest.
Right.
You know, somebody goes down, look, man, you got to step up, and you got to bring it. You got to play big. And they've been, for what they've been skinning and sliding by,
but they've
been getting it done, right? And this is going to be one to watch. This is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a very good game.
I will be watching that one, but I like the home team. I'm going with the Cardinals on this one. All right. So that brings us to the finale, which I know for sure two of my homeboys, JB and Glass, are both going to be watching this game. They both got so much interest in this game. And this game is big for a lot of reasons. Not really for the Broncos.
Well, it is.
Because this can't really hurt the Broncos. Oh, they will get the bye. That's what they're playing for, right? They're playing for the bye. But the Bengals need this one.
They need this one.
The Bengals need this one to.
Or they all done.
They are done, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one.
It's gonna be a very tough game, and it's gonna be a close game. But I think the Broncos.
But they had an extra practice last Sunday because they was playing against the Cleveland Browns. And it was like practice, right?
And see, that's what happens. You're not playing real competition, and then you start making simple mistakes.
Look,
playing
they were able to try different things.
You going Bengals?
Look. You gonna let me get my prognostication here? Let me do my thing. I'm just saying they got an extra real world. What that thing is, the danger room that they got on X-Men, where the room turns like it's like real and whatever. They got a chance to do that, right? They got a chance to try some stuff. And I think they were, in their minds, they were preparing for the Denver Broncos while they was playing in Cleveland last week.
I can promise you, Peyton Manning will not turn to the left when the runner is on the right.
Maybe not. But you saw that block.
I promise.
You saw that block that.
Peyton Manning.
Hey, Peyton Manning is a soldier.
Glass, talk to your boy. That block was hilarious.
Yo, he didn't accomplish nothing on that block.
And then he had to run straight to the back for liquids.
He accomplished nothing on that block, man. He probably was dizzy after he tried to get that block.
And he took the touchdown back.
Oh, it was hilarious. But anyway, I'm just saying, from the real. Ah, man, it was so tough to, because I mean, okay, I like. Oh, somebody bailing me out. Okay, good. Somebody gonna bail me out here. Justin says, I'd love to see Steve Smith make it to the playoffs. He's so clutch. He could be lethal. Yeah. I mean, they get me somebody to root for if my boys don't make it. You know what I mean? Like, because he's still a Panther. Don't get it twisted. He just wearing purple. You know, that's all. All right. So here it is. I'm going with the Denver Broncos, right? I'm going with the Denver Broncos, but I would not be surprised.
Oh, is this where I put your little face
Yes, I would not be completely surprised if the Bengals find some kind of way to get this one done. Okay. But I am about 70% sure that the Broncos can do this, right? They're fully capable, right?
Yeah,
They're fully capable.
I think it's going to be pretty hard. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a high scoring one.
Right, it is. This is going to be good, though. Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome.
Another good game.
Yes, and I think that is going to be our show for this week. I want to give a shout out to J Merkla, JB, Cubone Football. Who else I'm missing? There was somebody else who was on the Twitter. Forget. Who was it? It was somebody else that went.
I think you got everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. So, listen, I want to give a shout out to all you guys. This has been I'm acting like this is the last week, right? I would say But this been an awesome season, right?
It's been a good season.
It's been season number 4.
My team's not doing well.
Right, my team ain't doing as well as they did last year. But yeah, it's been an awesome season though. And so look, we don't know. We got 1 week to figure this out. We may merge GameTime and live together if we can figure out whether we're gonna do it on Tuesday. No, we have to do it on Tuesday. We have to do it on Wednesday, right? We got to see at the time. We'll let you guys know well ahead in advance.
We were thinking about taping my picks and whatnot, right. Kind of throwing it up there.
Yeah, we've been bouncing a lot of ideas around. Yeah,
Wednesday night cohesion is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. But you know what? I think it's dope. But the fellas, all 4 of us, we've been kind of bouncing ideas around. We want to do something for the playoffs, right? I think what we did last year was pretty cool. We had a guest come in and Louis T, and then you was hosting it, and we had a lot of fun, and it was awesome. I reached out to my boy, Mr. Controversy, Raphael Haynes, and I was just we'll figure something out. We got a week to get it done, right. But we'll let you guys know if we do it through all our social media stuff, either on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, that type of thing. It's been an awesome show. It's been good, right? Shout out again to all y'all boys, man, and join us tomorrow night, around 8:30ish, around that time. It'll be me, it'll be Glass, it'll be JB. We will be having a little bit more fun, talking about some other things. We probably will revisit the Adrian Peterson thing. We probably will laugh about Johnny Manziel a little bit more. Glass will probably continue to rag on the NFC South. JB will probably continue to hate on the Cincinnati Bengals, but that's what we do, right? You know what I mean? And so stay tuned for that. And then after that, we will get the power rankings from Vernie B on Spreaker.com, that kind of thing. And until then, man, we will see y'all. We out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace.